organic, grass-fed, and that's the whole point of like the homestead is we want to be able to like grow and do everything ourselves.
So motivating.
So it doesn't have all the like bullshit in it that is literally doing terrible things to our bodies. So many people like talk about like skin cancer and sun and this and that. And, like the sun, and people act like the sun is bad. The sun is good, man. Like it's all the seed oils that you're eating that are like within you that are like frying you and stuff.
Hey there, everybody. My name is Rooster Quade, and I am the host for the On One podcast, where we talk about real shit with real people. Now, if you don't know who I am, I go by the name of Rowdy Rooster, and I am an award-winning traveling tattoo artist based out of the East Coast. Before we can get started, I just want to say really quickly, thank you so much to our sponsor, Mr. Inks, as well as to everyone who's helped us get this podcast started. It's those interviews and those constant support that allowed us to do this. So, without further ado, let's dive in.
Hey, I'm glad you're here.
I know, it's super cool. I've been wanting to come out here for a minute. Let's get started. Hey everybody, my name is Rooster Quade.
Christopher Durao.
And we are on one. What's up, man? We are, tell everybody where we're at right now.
So this is my property here. Little studio space I have above my garage on our homestead property.
Yeah.
Here in southeastern Connecticut.
Yeah, I remember, because I drove up, I came early. I ended up stopping at one of my friend's shops, Flats Tattoo, hanging out with her for a little bit, introduced myself to some of their guys. And then I came out here. I think they're from Groton.
Groton is where Flats is.
Yeah. So I drove from Groton out to this way, and it's fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
It was gorgeous.
It's a lot of like really scenic roads.
Yeah,
it's
I was
nice.
like, I don't think I've really been. I don't think I've spent too much time or in Connecticut enough to like be able to tell whether or not it'd be a beautiful place. It's pretty beautiful.
Yeah,
I really
I love
liked
it out here. That drive when you're going down 49. There's just like all the cornfields and stuff that kind of is one of the things that sold us on this property. We've been here for like 3 years now.
And you said you've got how many acres?
4 acres. But yeah, what I was saying to you before is like, so me and my wife, we knew we wanted like to homestead, and we knew we wanted my son to grow up, in a like on a farm kind of thing.
Yeah. So
we started looking for a property when we got pregnant with her, and or with him rather. And
because how old is he now?
He's 3. So yeah. So we lived in Manchester, Connecticut for a little while. We had a little starter home there, and when she got pregnant with my son, so when we started looking, we moved in with my mother-in-law for a little while up in Stafford Springs area, which that area is pretty cool too.
Yeah.
The whole eastern side of Connecticut is like quiet and nice, and like
so rural. Starts to transition to that real New England feel.
Yeah, and it's funny because my wife grew up with like horses and chickens and all that. I did not. I grew up in like East Hartford, so I like.
Oh no shit.
Yeah,
so this is more her. Boy. This is more her vibe originally.
Yeah, and when we lived in Manchester, she was all the sirens and everything. She was like,
"Fuck this shit.
I can't stand this at all. Like this is terrible." And I don't know. I just was so accustomed to it. It never bothered me. And I was like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, I don't hear nothing.
Yeah.
And now that we're out here, I've like deacclimated to like
so whenever you go to cities, you're like,
I'll like driving through Hartford or something. I'm like, I gotta get back home. This is bad.
I didn't know that. I thought you just were like always a little fucking country boy or something like that.
No, I'm a YouTube farmer, bro.
No shit. I mean, honestly, like everything that I know about. I mean, I grew up working a ranch and stuff like that too in Oklahoma or whatever, and I've got that's any bit of southern anything came from that. But like half the shit I know how to do around my house, like work with our gardening, with like learned how to roof, all YouTube, carpentry, electrical, plumbing, all that shit. I can do anything I want.
Honestly,
I just learned it on YouTube.
Yeah, we'll like look stuff up, but a lot of like our philosophy on everything is just do it and figure it out. Do it messy, do it dirty. The
next time you do it, it'll be better.
Yeah.
And also, nothing's worth not saving $5,000 to $10,000 on a fucking plumbing. You know what I mean? Like everything costs so much to have a professional do it. You can do it without any wait time. Be good enough at worth that, like the price, the
some
bang
things
for the buck.
You can always make it like work to get by, and plus like just starting is important. Like a lot of people like they always want to wait to be ready. Wait to be ready. Wait to this. Like people say that with everything, with kids, with like like this kind of life, or with even like any sort of goal aspiration. People like over plan and over like think things too much. If you just start doing something, it grows, right? Like that's how you do stuff.
I remember because I was in the military. You were in the military too.
Yes, sir.
But I was in the military, and I remember just being like, yeah, when I get out, I'm gonna go as a contractor overseas. I'm gonna continue doing maintenance. I'm gonna do that for 3 years. I'm gonna save up. It'll have it's $160,000 a year. That gives me, at $500,000 I'll have saved up, and then I'll go get an apprenticeship because that's how much money I need to be able to I want to be able to buy land, and I want to do an apprenticeship.
So you always knew you wanted a tattoo?
I had nothing else going for me. If it wasn't going to be a mechanic, I was like, well, my parents convinced me when I was really young that the only thing I'd be good at would be a tattoo artist, and I was like, okay.
Wow.
Right, yeah. And so I was like, I'm gonna save up all this money, and then I'll go get an apprenticeship. And I remember we came back to the States, and I had 8 months of leave, paid leave, and I did that. And then Kate's like, you're really gonna go overseas and go back? And I was like, yeah. She's like, we have enough money. I have a job. I can cover you. Like, why do you need to be X amount of prepared before you start? You could just do it right now. And I was
Were
like,
you guys in the same unit? So you guys
no. So I a little history. I volunteered for my first deployment in 2015. I left 10 days later on my birthday, May 12th. And I went to Kuwait. I did a tour with a GSAB unit, did maintenance out there, came home for like 6 months, and then my unit deployed, and we went to Taji,
no
Iraq.
way.
Yeah. And I knew it was gonna happen. I was like sick. Yeah. I hated I just got broken up with by some fucking older chick in Texas or some shit like that, and I was just heartbroken. I was like, this'll teach her.
Actually, I remember this story.
Yeah. And I remember calling her and be like, I'm leaving. She's like, oh yeah, where are you gonna go? I'm deploying. And she started crying. She's like, no. And I was like, yeah, that's right. Click. And then I deployed, never heard back from her. She didn't give a fuck. I really showed her. No, and so I came home, was for like 6 months, and then we deployed again, but this time with my unit, we went to Taji, Iraq. And that's more of the tour that stuff was a little crazier and shit, and that's where I really kind of earned my own stripes and became really good at what I did. And then when my unit left, I was like, fuck that, I'm going to extend. I had my contract, at that point I was at the end of my 6 years, and I was like, I'm gonna volunteer for a third deployment. I'm going to extend my contract by 1 year, and I'm gonna stay because I just felt like that was all I was good for. You know what I mean? And so I was like, I'm gonna do 1 more year. I told my unit, if I don't make E5 when I'm done with this, I'm out. They didn't give me E5, and I said, okay, I'll stay. I'll get more money, and I'll kind of build more of a relationship with Dynacore, which is the contractors. And then that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna become a contractor for a couple years, and then I'm gonna get an apprenticeship. So then my wife's unit came in, and that's when I met her. So yes, I was a part of her unit, but not really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She was a sheet metal mechanic. I was just a Chinook mechanic. So, but that's how we met.
But you met after your deployment?
No, we met
or during. Or
we met during my third tour. Her unit showed up, and they flew me to Kuwait for like 2 weeks to have like a little vacay before I pick back up and go right into my third deployment. And she was there in Kuwait, and we flew back to Iraq together. She was like one of the last groups to like show up or whatever. And so I hung out with her and like some other people, and I just remember being like, this chick's fucking weird as shit. But then we went back to Taji, and kind of forgot about her for a while until we like just started working together more and more, and then she fell in love with me, and that's how it went. No. So yeah, and then I came home, did my 8 months of paid leave, and like during that time I was building yachts for Hinckley or something like that in Newport.
Really?
Portsmouth, Rhode Island. Yeah. And then she's like, dude, why don't you just get an apprenticeship now? And I was like, I'll give it a month. If I can get an apprenticeship in the next month, I won't go overseas as a contractor. And the first shop took me, and I was like, okay.
You said that your parents said something about you being a tattoo artist?
Yeah, my parents suck. But I grew up in Hollister, California for like a good majority. Like we moved around a lot. My parents were separated. So like I ended up in Hollister, California during the summers whenever my dad would have custody of us. And I remember him just always taking us to these like biker rallies and shit like that. And these sick ass motorcycles with these badass like paint jobs and stuff like that, and all these super really cool, nice, very tattooed bald dudes and half naked women in their 60s with big fake titties. And I remember just being like, this is the coolest thing. My dad would always let me pick out a single t-shirt, and I could have that, but I could only wear it at home because I always picked a shirt with big ass titties on the front of it. And there was a photo for a little while. I don't know. I haven't seen it in years now. Of me, fucking, I don't know, 9 years old, and I'm sitting like this, and I've got an old woman's titty in this hand and an old woman's titty in this hand, and they're both standing next to me, leaning over, and then like their biker dudes are just like doing this behind them, and I'm just but my parents are always like, you should become a tattoo artist, that'd be super cool, because like my parents were more of like, cared more about what would make them look cool than it was to be.
But your dad like involved with bikers and stuff?
No, he's just a piece of shit. I had nothing to do with bikers. He just wanted to be cool. It was all about everything in that man's life is always an ego fucking stroke. But he just convinced me from a young age that like if I could draw a little bit, so I clearly need to be a tattoo artist, and it was just a bragging thing that
I found out when I started tattooing that it did not translate that well.
No, it has nothing to do with being
like a little bit for sure, but like you need that skill.
You don't have to be cool or hard or any of that shit to be a tattoo artist. It's mostly Pinterest. It's mostly you do a lot of butterflies and a lot of fucking flowers.
But we're still cool.
But we are now. I wasn't cool when we started, dude. I remember when I first started tattooing, I wore light wash, super tight denim jeans. Not like tight, but like Western wear. I wore my cowboy boots, and I wore a long sleeve blue, like tailored dress shirt that I rolled the sleeves up on, and I had a comb over. I didn't have any of these head tattoos, nothing like that, and I looked so fucking square.
You sweating?
So square, dude. And then I was like, I gotta swap these out for black skinny jeans, and I started wearing Vans and Doc Martens and snapbacks and shit like that. Now I'm back to the southern thing now that I feel more confident in my shit. But yeah, dude, I remember I was like, I don't belong here. I don't fit in at all.
How long have you been tattooing?
June was my 5-year mark.
Cool.
Yeah, so I started my apprenticeship when I was 27, I think. Yeah.
August will be my 3rd year.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was to say, was you started out, you've only been doing it for a little bit too.
Yeah, it was like a career change kind of thing for me.
Yeah, what were you doing before that?
So, yeah, before that, I was a screen printer, so I made like graphic tees and stuff.
I went to wear it, but I literally wore it last weekend, a couple days ago, for the convention.
I see you wear it in I wear stories all the time.
Dude, I wear it. It's in my top 5, so like I wear it every week. Man. Yeah, I wear it every week. And it's my favorite. It's my favorite shirt. I finally got some ink on the front of it, so I can wear it to work without feeling bad.
Oh yeah, man! Every pair of pants, even with the apron, I wear the apron because I feel like
the apron anymore.
Yeah, I just like it's kind of like part of the traditional thing. I like the apron.
It suits the look that you
have. Yeah, but for some reason I still get ink in my pants, dude. I don't know how it happens.
Dude, I just retired, so this is my third pair of these exact jeans. The last pair had black all over it, and the knees are so
right around
torn.
the knees, right?
No, my knees are torn because I play bear or Papa Bear with my kids, so I'm always rolling around. So my knees are always torn on all my jeans. These ones I've worn them maybe 2 weeks now. I just retired the other pair, but I'm sure I'll get black ink on these too at some point.
Yeah, luckily, like I was saying, all my clothes is basically thrifted. My wife, that's like her hobby. So.
But my Wranglers, man, like I know exactly what size I like. I like the way it fits me. It's like I don't thrift my jeans. My jeans gotta come fresh.
I used to wear jeans when I was skinnier.
Yeah. Dude, one of the things because I've gone from like I went from country shit to like skinny jeans and fucking being a little more punk rock for the tattoo thing, back to wearing Southern wear. But again, now I'm at that point where like I'm a lot bigger than I was. Like I'm 220 pounds. Like I've got some gut to me. And like I remember when I went to pull out my belt buckle and put it back on for the first time in a long time, my wife was like, "It's not gonna fit you." And I was like, "Okay, first of all, rude." She's like, you have to suck your stomach in. And I was like, I'm gonna wear it, knowing that it's going to force me to get in better shape. And sure enough, I remember putting it on and being like, oh, it hurts my belly. And now I'm like, it's better. Sometimes you'll see me, I'll tuck my fat into it.
Do you ever try, do you have any of your old like army uniforms? Do you ever try to get into one of those?
Do you have any idea what size I wore back then? I wore an extra small.
Yeah, dude, I had like small tees, everything.
I wore small t-shirts and extra small waists. I wore extra small, extra long on all my uniforms. I can't put my left leg more than like to here on my pants.
My dad brought over a chest of like my old army crap that was like in his garage like
I've got it in my basement.
A couple months ago because he was like, He's like, here, you got a house now. Like, try to get this shit out of my garage. Like, you know,
were you 88?
You can have it now.
Was that what you were? Yeah. Okay. I got a good memory. I can't believe I remember
driver,
that.
Yeah. And when you were a mechanic, did you do trucks or were you avion?
It was just helicopters. Helicopters. We had those super thin fucking uniforms. The wind would whip right through. It felt so fucking good.
Oh, the combat shirts, like the mesh ones that you wear underneath the IOTV?
I mean, we had those, but no,
those were fire, dude. Back then when I was like all big and shit from deployment, whenever I put one of those on, I felt like Superman, dude. I was like, look at me.
You got the hairs on my nipple. No, we had, so the actual physical uniform themselves was different. It was a flight uniform, and so everything was zippers instead of Velcro.
Yep.
And it was super thin, had like the special pocket for the medic scissors and stuff like that. We'd use it for our screw stick. But those, and it was designed to where like if it caught on fire, it would just fall apart versus like sealing it to you. So we had special uniforms, but even that, I still couldn't get my body.
Yeah, all the uniforms overseas, they had like the fire retardant stuff. I definitely think that was not good.
No.
Not good to wear against our skin.
Dude, I sold one of my like because even our like cold weather gear was infinitely different. I remember when we first got our when we go to deploy, they were like, you need actual aviation cold weather gear and uniforms, and so they gave them to us. And the cold weather gear was like switching from a Honda Civic to a Lamborghini, dude.
Do you remember the marshmallow suit?
Yeah,
the, like big coat.
Yeah, we didn't have that. Dude, look.
You didn't need that in Afghanistan.
Not even. The cold weather gear for fucking aviation, like a bomber jacket. It's like, it literally had like the fleece fold down shit, but it had the multicam thing on the outside and like the sleeve. It had zippers and all kinds of. It was like a modern day bomber jacket. It was the coolest thing. If people were people could sell it for like a good $1,000 in the civilian world. They're so fucking cool, so fucking nice.
Dude, I always really liked the whole. So there was this dude that wore the puff jacket, like I remember over in Afghanistan. I'm like, you're just wearing it so you could like look like a rapper or something, dude. There's literally no reason to be wearing that here. It's not cold.
If it wasn't frowned upon to wear military shit in the civilian world, I'd wear my fucking cold weather outer Gore-Tex jacket everywhere I went. It's the fucking coolest jacket I've ever had.
I took all the pants when I got out and I made them into cutoffs. But I didn't really work for me because I'm short, so like the cargo pockets go pretty low. So
you're wearing
it's still like it's like capris, dude. They don't look good on me. I wore them for like doing yard work and stuff.
I forgot how I'm not dogging on you. You're short though. How tall are you?
Not.
You're not tall.
Yeah. 5'3", man. Walking
through your house. You guys got shit hanging from your doors. I'm literally doing this. I'm taking my cowboy hat off and I'm ducking under.
Like Gandalf, dude.
Dude, literally,
the hobbit hole beam.
You made a comment about like, oh yeah, we want our house to feel as much like a hobbit hole as possible, and I felt like fucking Gandalf. Everything's hanging from the ceiling. I'm just fucking all the dried fucking flowers and shit. No, but you have probably one of the most aesthetically pleasing houses I've ever been in.
Thanks, man. That's my wife.
I mean, she fucking killed it, dude.
Yeah, she knows what she's doing.
I love it. I
just love, like, I've always loved that, dude. I was like always really into Lord of the Rings and all that stuff. So like I envisioned my home like that, and we just like have the same like vision always. Yeah. So I love like the goat milker just hanging above the sink and like the herbs drying on the rack above the doorways and stuff like that.
That's what we want to do.
Bread and cheese on the counter and stuff. Yeah.
My wife and I were looking at, again, we don't know where we're gonna end up, but we want to buy some land. We want to build a farm, and I want cattle. I want meat cattle. I want dairy cattle. She wants goats. If my sister-in-law comes and builds a place on there, she wants sheep for her to make her own yarn or whatever. I want pigs. We can't have chickens until my daughter's old enough to just straight up know not to touch eggs and not eat eggs. But like, I want ducks. I want everything. I want to live off my land.
Yeah, you saw my sheep.
Dude, she's cool. I don't think I've ever noticed how big a fucking sheep is.
Dude, I didn't either. Like as I was saying to you, like
she's like small.
We got her and the goat off of Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
And we just wanted another goat, and then the lady was like, "Hey, can you take the sheep too because it's the goat's friend?" And I'm like, "Sure." Yeah. So then we showed up.
You get some mean lamb chops off that bitch. She's big.
No, dude.
You have to.
She's not gonna get eaten.
No.
Nah. She's so sweet, man.
Imagine how good that would taste.
She's the only. I love lamb chops.
She's never had a hard day in her life.
My grandma always used to make lamb chops, and they were fire.
I'd eat her.
If we got one intentionally to, if we got intentionally to eat her, I'd eat her.
Don't ever let me house sit for you. You come back and you'll be like, what's her name?
Dahlia.
Where's Dahlia? I don't know, but dinner's on me.
Yeah, when we showed up, I was like, wow, that's a big animal. I had no idea.
I didn't know they were that big either.
Yeah, she also just like knocks me over whenever I'm trying to feed them and stuff. She's such a glutton, and she's the reason I got to clean the stalls like every other day. Like the goats, like they're Nigerian dwarfs, so they're like not, they're.
I'm Dahlia.
They make a mess, but they don't make that big
yeah.
of a mess. But she makes a huge mess, dude. She pees for like 2 minutes straight. She's just like going, and I'm like, man, what a big dump.
That's crazy, dude.
But she's cool, and the goats are great. We just had Marbles born a few weeks before my daughter was born, and that was a whole thing.
Yeah, I remember watching on Instagram.
Yeah, the mom died, and then we had to it was like labor stalled, and we didn't know what to do. I have a friend actually that I met, it was a client that I had just met literally a few weeks ago.
So like the perfect time.
I had tattooed her, and she was a vet tech, and she lives 20 minutes from here, and so it was like we called her. She came over. She assisted us with the goat birth. We got Marbles out alive. Then we knew that there was another baby in there, but Sugar stopped pushing, so we rushed her to this like vet's home, she has like a home office too, because it was like late at this point. It was like 9 o'clock at night, and the other baby we got it out, but it was dead. And then Sugar found out that her uterus tore, which found out as like a super rare thing. Dude, we were just trying to like go outside and have like
fucking bad day.
Watch like a goat birth and be like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. And then just all these complications happened. It was really sad. But we got Marbles out of it. But then Marbles had to be a bottle baby for a few weeks and was living in our bedroom and stuff. Like it was so cute having a little goat in the house. But we were like, we got to get this goat back to the barn before our daughter's here, right? Because
that's true. You can't have that shit going on.
And so then the next goat that was going to give birth was supposed to happen in a couple weeks. So the plan was to try to pair them. It was another really hot day. It's been like a stupid hot summer. Yeah,
it's been warm. I've been traveling a lot, so I haven't had to deal with it as much.
Yeah, it's been very hot around here. I feel like hotter than I can remember in a while. Anyway. Yeah, and
it feels warmer here than it does on the island. That's for sure.
It was just another. It was like a really hot day, and I went out in the morning to go take care of the animals, and there was another dead baby goat in the paddock, and I'm like, oh no.
That's not good.
I called Melissa over again, and my wife had just left to go to a photo session, so she turned around. We all came back, and we got it figured out, but we were like, all right, goat baby died.
That was it, though?
We have a babyless mama and a mamaless baby, so we were trying to pair them.
Yeah.
Originally, the mom was not into it at all, so I actually had to skin the dead goat baby. Put it on like a shirt. Craziest thing, or city boy.
Was that
now,
your idea, or was that your idea, or was that the vet?
She was like, worst case scenario, that's what we'll have to do, and so that's what we.
And you're like, oh, I really hope that isn't what has to happen.
And I'm like, I skinned a few animals before, like rabbits and things like that, so I'm like, all right, I know how to do this, and we put it on like a shirt and left it on overnight for got the scent and stuff. All I did, it was bad because I told you about the fly situation. We were just having a lot of flies.
And it's fucking hot.
But in the end, it was a happy story. The two are paired, and we got Marbles nursing on Maddie too, and so then we got her back into the barn, and now it's good. The homestead life, you really learn a lot about like life and death, and like surrendering to it all and accepting things for what it is, and like just doing what you can do, but like knowing that that's a thing that happens, right? Like
that's a wild concept.
But our plan for here is I want to get cows too.
Yeah.
And our 3 to 5 year goal is to like be completely living off of our own land. So I want to get the garden going so that we can like can and jar for over the winter. I want to get the cows for beef. I already got like the freezer and stuff and things going. We got the goats. We started getting milk now. Now that everything's going with that, and goat milk is good, so we got that going. We're gonna do soap and cheese and stuff with that. I have like 50 chickens, so
You got a lot of chickens.
We're getting a lot of eggs, which is nice. So that's the goal. 3 to 5 years. I want to be completely. It's a lot of work, but it's everything is more intentional. And a big thing me and my wife talk about is like convenience culture, like in the world, and it kills everything. It kills the love and the intention into everything. Like everything is too easily gained. Right, and like the same thing, even like with like social media, right? Like likes and things like that, and all that
Instant
does
gratification.
Yeah, it's the I can't remember which one it is, serotonin or
dopamine.
Dopamine, yeah.
It's that instant dopamine,
easily gained
kick.
stuff, and when things are easily gained and then you lack it, right? It creates that like, and then there's so much mental health issues and things like that because everything is so easily earned and not like truly earned, and you're not getting like the real healthy, the long-term dopamine and stuff like that,
I wish that I could just put it all away. My partner and I, we just recently split up, and she deleted all of her social media.
That sounds so freeing.
And I'm like, dude, I fucking wish, you know what I mean? Like there, a lot of my like, I think that a lot of like my like hang up on the relationship still is the fact that I experience so much through my social media, and I have tons of people ask me about her. I see, I'm constantly reminded of all the tattoos I did on her and stuff like that, and I just can't put my phone away and just exist in my world because I have a duty to my career, my job, my name, my brand.
It's part of the business, so it's like something that you
fucking
can use.
Sucks.
But if you can use it intentionally, then it's a helpful tool. Technology is good, right?
Yeah.
But like the problem is, we as a society just start over relying on social media, not even just social media, technology in general. Like that goes with everything. Like things are too readily and easily available, right? Like there's DoorDash, there's this, there's that. You can literally do nothing now and still exist. So everything is so readily available that nothing, like it pulls the intention out of everything. You don't actually have to like do the thing, right? You don't have to put the love into whatever it is to gain it, and then that creates that fast-paced like brain power thing, and that
it's kind of like what we were talking about with like certain TV shows with our kids. It trains their brain to want this high pace, fast, just dopamine kick, and it really fucks you up.
And we're not meant to be overstimulated all the time.
No,
it's good to be bored. Boredom creates creativity, right? Creates imagination, things like that. Like iPad kids and stuff, man. Like when kids are just, like looking at phones or iPads or TV or whatever for so long, like they're not able to like form that imaginative stuff and like create, and like then it just.
And then us adults, we wonder why we have so much a hard time with like literally anything.
Yeah, and then it's like, sometimes, I mean, I realized a little while back with the phone, like I was, especially as a dad, building a business, having the farm, doing all that, my time is very, very limited.
Yeah.
And if I'm wasting it just like doom scrolling, then I don't do the thing that would actually nourish me, feel good, that I want to do.
I have a hard time with that.
Yeah, dude, you should get one of these.
Is this the fucking thing that locks your phone?
Yeah, the brick, dude. I just got it like a few weeks ago. It's actually
on the side of your
really
fridge,
good.
far away from you.
Yeah, so I keep it up here in my studio so that I have to. It's a hardware, right? And so you have to scan the phone. It's a magnet thing, right? So I keep it right there, and you have to scan. You can choose what it blocks you out of, right?
Yeah.
So I have it block me out of social media because that's the thing that I'll like. I don't even intentionally do it, dude. I'll pick up my phone, and then like 20 minutes go by, and I look up, and I'm like, shit, I just wasted 20 minutes when I could have been doing this thing, and I did literally nothing. I looked at the same few things over and over again a bunch of times, and I'm like, why did I do that, dude? Like, what a waste of time. It's not benefiting anything. I even went through the pros and cons of it. I'm like, it wasn't doing me any good what I was just doing there. If I was doing a reaction for business, right? Yeah. You go on, you post, interact with your audience, do those things. Those things are good and productive, and you can have boundaries around that and like do that to build your business and not spend all your free time doing that. And like I said, especially with all my limited time, I have that thing on now, so I actually have to go out of my house through the garage up here to my studio to unlock Instagram or whatever so that I can actually go on it.
That's
because
crazy.
I noticed myself picking it up and then just wasting time on it. And I'm like, dude, I could do something that would help me here. I can get some drawing done. I could, I don't know, read a book, do something that like actually feels relaxing, especially like after a long day, like doing all the farm stuff, going to work, tattooing, coming back home. And I literally get like maybe an hour to myself after everybody's in bed and stuff like that. And I'm like, I got to get up again early to do it all again. So I have like this hour. I'm like, if I want to do something for me, or I could just waste it vegging on my phone. And like I think that my like subconscious, like I like grab the phone unconsciously and do it because
that's where I'm at.
Because my brain just wants to like,
it's trained.
It wants to do nothing.
We're trained to pick up our shit and
it wants to do nothing, right? Because it's been stimulated all day doing all the things that I do. And so my brain wants to be in zombie mode. And so picking up the phone is like a subconscious, like, all right, you're just going to look at nothing for a little while.
Yeah.
But like, that's not actually nourishing me. It's not making me feel good. It's not healthy. You know, like intentional time with the phone, like I said, like, you know, if you want, I want to do a little bit of business, that serves a purpose. Yeah. But the doom scrolling doesn't do shit. Dude. So that's actually been super, super helpful. And for a while, it's weird. It's almost like that ghost feeling where you pick it up, and then I'm like, I look at, and the apps are grayed out, and I can't do anything with this, so I put it back down.
I've done a couple times where I don't delete the apps. I take them off my home screen. Yeah. Which is enough for me to be like, oh.
That didn't work for me, because you slide, and then they're right there.
Well, so if they're not there, they go into the separate thing on Samsung. So it's super beneficial when I did that. And I did that for a little while, because I remember I wanted to focus more on my family and stuff like that, and I should probably do that again.
Present and
right. And I find that my wife recently has been doing a lot of like, where she's like, hey, turn it off, and I go, yes, ma'am. And I'll instead of putting it in my pocket, I'll throw my phone and I'll get up and I'll walk away from it. Yeah. And that's good enough for me, because like once the kids are asleep, I'm gonna veg out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start using that. Yeah. But I think that there's a lot of mental health that comes from that. One of the and I love a lot of what you stand for and the way that you do shit. I remember after I met you at that convention, I talked to Kate and I was like, dude, I fucking love this dude. He's fucking awesome. And she's like, what about him? Like, was it his tattoos? I was like, it was his personality. It's like they grow their own they make their own salve for tattoos. They live off their land. They seem super genuine and authentic. They're not about the fucking, I don't know, the rock and roll lifestyle, which I'm not about. So like, I was like, he's someone that I would love to be fucking friends with. That's the kind of guy I want to work next to. Like, that's like, he seems
man.
like,
Thank you, dude.
yeah, no, and that's why like, and when I was like, dude, when you came by the shop, I was like, you left, and I was like, isn't he fucking super cool? And everyone's like, all right, calm down. And I was like, no, like I like you're sitting here talking about, you know, vegging out on your phone and intentionally using your time and all this other stuff, and I'm like, you're a good fucking dude.
It's hard, like, dude, especially like, you know, like I said, you know, we're both dads, we both are tattooers, you know, like do a lot of things. So like finding the time, it's like, I feel like I have to find the time, search for the time to do things. I'm like constantly like trying to like tweak my like routine and my schedule to like have a good balance, so I can like still do the things that are good for me that I know is going to make me better and perform better, right? Like I got a lot of like chronic pain issues and stuff like that from like my time in service and things like that. So like I got to take care of myself, and it's like, when am I finding the time to do that? You know, so I got to like make sure I wake up early and do this and that. You know, I got a sauna in my bedroom that we just bought like recently. Yeah, actually super cheap, dude, and affordable. It's like $900, and it's like really nice. It's like wood and everything.
You
and like
goes sit in it.
Yeah, it's like a
I struggle from heat strokes, so I can't do saunas.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, I'm on this detox kick, because also talking back about like deployment and things like that, right? Like, dude, where I was in Afghanistan, I was like bringing stuff to the burn pit.
No shit. So you got that bad.
We were also right by like the base I was on had a man-made septic pond. Dude, it was literally gross, dude. Like spouts of like green poop and stuff, like just literally gross, dude. And we were in transient tents there for a couple months before we went to the
tents are
and you know, 200-man tents that are super unhygienic right next to like the shores of this like poo pond, plus all the burn pit stuff, dude. And like I feel like I like picked up a lot of like toxins and stuff, and
my wife's nose hasn't worked since Iraq.
It's affected me.
She can't breathe through her nose still.
When I first got back, I was fine, but as the years progressed, like you notice, like, you know, and like I
Did you get to the VA and all that stuff for that?
Yeah. Well, no, I'm rated with the VA, but that's for PTSD stuff.
Yeah. Same.
They didn't.
I get my monthly paycheck for my concussions and my back
TBI and stuff. Yeah.
I had 16 TBIs. 16 TBIs and I broke my spine. And my PTSD, they haven't given me anything for my knee or my tinnitus.
Yeah.
Ironically enough.
Oh, really? Tinnitus is the one that everybody gets.
Well, I was honest with them, and they were like, "Did you always wear headphones on the tarmac?" And I was like, "No, I wore it when I was on an aircraft, but not always when I was on it." And they were like, disqualified. And I was like, "Fuck you!
You weren't wearing the proper PPE or whatever."
Yeah, well, they said, were you always wearing it?" And I was like, "I'm not always. You can't always anything."
Yeah.
So I was honest because I'm very literal, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, "No." So they failed. They took it away.
Yeah. I got the tinnitus and then the PTSD rating or whatever.
Yeah.
Which
honestly, you didn't get the burn pits yet, dude? Put that on there. They'll accept anybody.
I'm on a registry for that or whatever. But got it. I'm fine, dude. I'm chilling. I got like a 70% rating, but they pay me at 100 because they said I'm unemployable.
Really?
Well, I was doing the voc rehab thing for a while. You know that program to like go to college. So it's like they have the GI Bill, but then there's vocational rehabilitation, which is another program, and that's like you can you pick a job. Yeah. You got to do a little research and like to get accepted into the program of the job and like show them data of like that job is hiring and this and that. Yeah. And then they'll send you to school. They pay for the school. They also give you like a stipend every month. So it's like you're getting a paycheck to go to school, and they pay for all your supplies, everything. It was fire. Yeah, really good program. But I was in it like maybe a year after I got back, and that's when I was like, I call that like my dark age, dude. I was like really struggling with my mental health and stuff back then, and I was having a lot of like panic attacks and things, and I just did not perform well in school, and I kept withdrawing and failing and stuff. So they told me that my mental health was too bad to be in the program, and the program is called vocational rehabilitation. So that means like that's to get a job. So I was like, well, dude, if I can't go to school to get a job, then that means that I can't have a job, right? And they're like, makes sense. So then they gave me that thing or whatever. So
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna tell them that.
Yeah, you got to keep appealing over and over again, dude. It took me literally like 10 years to get that rating.
No shit.
I appealed every year until at first they were like, oh, he's got general anxiety, and then they were like, oh no, maybe this is PTSD.
I remember it took a while. I had disability for my back and my TBIs because that was like documented. And I remember one lady, I sat down with her once, and she's like, you don't have your PTSD on here. And I was like, I don't have PTSD. She's like, oh honey, yeah you do. And I was like, yeah. And she's like, yeah, let me ask you a couple questions. She went through the list, and I was like, yeah, yeah. She's like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna send you to a specialist. I went to the specialist, and I remember I finished talking with her, and she's like, is there anything else? And I was like, oh yeah, the smell of curry fucks me up. And she goes, all right, cool, and that's all 13 symptoms. And I was like, what? She's like, oh yeah. That with that, you officially have all 13 symptoms in or indicators for any kind of traumatic or PTSD. And I was like, wow, smell. And she goes, yeah, that puts you as you have every single indicator for PTSD. I was like, oh shit, I didn't know that. She goes, yeah, you're fucked up, dude.
Yeah, I didn't know like really about that until I got back, and transition was really bad. Like
I didn't think it was. I thought I was doing fine.
Yeah,
I was not.
For the first like 6 months, I thought everything was fine, this and that, and then I went through like a pretty bad breakup or whatever with the girl that I was with while I was on deployment, and that like after that connection was gone, and started triggering all these like things, and I was trying to get help with the VA. I was going through all these like
VA fucking sucks, dude.
Yeah, the VA is terrible, dude. Like I get that they're trying to help. They're super understaffed. They don't do anything right. You have to self-advocate for yourself with anything. Yeah. Appointments are so far out in advance. Actually, just it was like 3 months ago. I went and because I have really bad chronic neck and back pain, which is definitely a cause of wearing the IOTV, jumping off trucks, doing all that. Yeah. Plus, like, there's definitely like an emotional component in there too. Yeah. Like when I'm really stressed, I do like this like neck tick thing. Yeah. And it's gotten worse over the years. Like last night, dude, I was up since like till like 3 a.m, just neck pain. I ice it every single night. That's so another reason why I got the sauna.
Do you go to a chiropractor?
I did for a little while, and then the to go back to the VA.
Yeah.
The VA, they let me go through one cycle, and then they said that that I didn't need it anymore or something.
So they pulled the same fucking shit on me. I was going every 2 weeks. Or I was going every week for a while. Then they were like, oh, every 2 weeks. And they were like, oh, 6 times for 6 months. And I was like, do you know how this works? They're like,
hey, that's adorable.
They're shout out to fucking Dr. Kelsey, my chiropractor. She like called them, was cussing them out. She's like, this isn't how that works. Chiropractic care isn't a fucking consistent. Yeah, it's not a tire patch, dude. Yeah, it's a forever thing.
And you need to go on a consistent basis. That was the thing. They gave me like 6 appointments or something, and then the problem is because I live pretty far from the VA. So I go.
You have to drive all the way to fucking Providence, Rhode Island.
Well, I go through the community care program.
Okay.
But if you go through community care and you get an outside doctor, then it's like a third party thing. So it's the VA, the community care, and then the third party. So it takes like a month for them to re-up your appointments, and they make
you're already out, and you can't even start the process until you're done using all of them.
Exactly. That's what I was just gonna say. So then it's like you're going for like a couple months without care in between, and then it makes the care you got pointless.
So here's the thing.
Because you need to have consistent care for that to even be beneficial.
I would have 1 rotation active for my neck, 1 rotation active for my knees, and 1 rotation active for my back, because my Dr. Kelsey was doing it. And then eventually after like a year, she was like, I can't do anything else to help you. She was like, but I can do this. Yeah. Do you want to tattoo me? And I was like,
oh, tradesies.
Yeah. And she's like, do you want to tattoo my brother? And I was like, yes. I see her every week.
That's cool.
I've seen her every week for 2 years. She is taking care of me, and I tattoo them whenever they want.
That's cool. That's a good
They
trade.
get tattooed like once or twice a year.
That's another great thing about our profession in trades.
I saw her this morning, and she's phenomenal. And I haven't seen her in 4 weeks because I've been traveling so much. I walked in today. She goes, "How you feeling?" I said, "I feel great." And I lay down, and she did everything. She's like, "You feel great," and I was like, you've done so much. Like I couldn't hold my kid when Needy was first born. I couldn't function. I couldn't work. I couldn't do any. She's changed my fucking life.
Yeah, dude, it was really bad for me when Oliver was actually first born too. Yeah. Like just different.
And it's helped my mental health.
Stressful
being able
situations
to be more
and things
active.
like that exaggerated a lot. I say like not just mental or physical stress, like any type of stress. So like working out. I used to work out a lot. Like now I gotta like go pretty light and easy when I do stuff, like mainly like stretching and like light weights, because that
when we get off here, I'm going to show you some cool shit she's taught me that helped me, especially as a tattoo artist, my shoulders. Because we're always like pulling and whatever. She's taught me a couple things that I could do, and you'll get the craziest adjustments out of your shoulders on your own. It's having phenomenal.
Crazy pains in my hand, like
it's because it comes from your shoulders.
And they just told me I just got diagnosed with a carpal tunnel a few weeks ago. So I ice it every day now, and
I've got some tricks
I sleep with a brace on so it keeps my wrist straight, because you know when you sleep you can like bend your wrist a little bit. That's been helping a little bit, but yeah, I'm interested.
I've got a trick for while you tattoo, and I've got a trick for your shoulders.
Was it the I saw you do that when I went to the shop. You had like a wrap around your to keep your knuckles stacked.
You take your paper towels and you do that, and it keeps. And so
you gotta show me that.
The only muscle you use is this one right here, and nothing else on your body moves except for you just cinch that, and you tattoo more with your elbow and more with your shoulder and less with your wrist. I don't have. Everyone's always like, "Do your hands get tired?" It's like my hand has never once gotten tired ever once, and I tattoo for 12, 13 hours a day sometimes. Like I have no problem tattooing all day. Back when I used coils, Dan Cubans, my rotaries now, I can do it. I got no fucking problems.
Yeah, I want to trade with my chiropractor.
Dude,
but, he just got some like fine line gray, black and gray stuff though. It didn't work.
I mean, I do black and gray stipple work for them.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this, going to my fucking chiropractor every fucking week is pretty fucking great.
Yeah,
and they really are the sweetest people. Her and her brother, her brother Keegan runs the front, and she runs the back or whatever, and they're fucking awesome, dude. And when I tell you, like, I've been to chiropractors who do the whole like, oh, we're just meant to mend the ship, not fix it. She's like, nah, fuck that shit. And she'll explain to you what adjustments she's making and why she does it. And like today, she'll like adjust. She'll be like, okay, hold on. All right, shirt off. and she'll do all this, like, she'll put this fucking shit, she'll scrape, and then she'll do the fucking dry cupping.
Oh, the scraping, yeah. I have that tool, actually.
She does that.
Downstairs.
She'll do the cupping on me, and she'll do dry needling every once in a while, because, like, especially in this area, and all of a sudden, you're like, oh, she knows exactly what she's doing. She's fucking awesome. It's never the exact same adjustment. It's always based off of how I feel. She makes my neck feel like a fucking new. I'm telling you, dude, this bitch
I have to get,
fucking knows her shit.
So now I've been getting these shots in my neck every 3 months. For my neck and my back. Yeah, I got like 8 just like a few months ago.
I broke my back in 2015 on my first deployment. It fell off the back of a Chinook.
No way.
Yeah, 27-foot drop.
Wow.
I can do all this stuff because of chiropractic care.
Yeah.
You got to get a chiropractor, dude.
I was going for a while. Well, so actually, the VA told me I couldn't go anymore, but then I got into the drunk driver hit me that I was talking about last fall, and then I got into the accident. Yeah. And then I was on a PI case, so I was able to go to the chiropractor for a good few months or whatever.
I mean, it's like $75. Your insurance, it's like $75 per visit. $75? That's a night out. That's a night out.
I don't do those anymore. Though.
I mean, I don't do that shit. I don't even drink. But like $75, dude. That's nothing, man.
Yeah. Well, for me right now it is.
I know.
Building. I'm still in the building phase of my business, and then I also got all this, man. The food for all the animals every week. We're still transitioning. Like I was saying, our finances and stuff. Sarah scaling down and me scaling up with the business stuff. So.
$900 sauna though. That's at least 10 visits to the chiropractor.
Yeah, that thing's nice, bro. So I've been on this detox thing. I got this like whole multi-step thing. I went through the first phase of it already. It's like some like supplements I take, and like the first one was like prepping my body, and then I'm doing the sauna every day just to like sweat it out.
Do you do the ice bath shit too, or no?
I have an ice bath. I did do it. It's too hot in the summer to keep it cold.
Yeah.
I was dumping. I don't have like there's like a chiller you can buy for it, but it's like a few thousand or something. I don't have that kind of money, but I was just dumping like 20-pound bags of ice into it, and in the summer that don't even work. It's like bath water. So I'll take cold showers actually after I get out of the sauna. I go and I take a cold shower. Yeah. I do like the Wim Hof breathing thing or whatever.
I can't do that shit. Fuck that. I'm not built for that. I don't like hot showers. I don't like cold showers. I'm a medium shower all year round.
Yeah.
The detox it feels good.
Yeah, the detox thing is good. Make sure I like stretch, spend some time like.
Yeah, your wife was like, yeah, sometimes he'll just be outside stretching naked. His balls are in the wind, and I was like, that sounds great, dude. I wish I could do that.
You ever sun your balls?
No, I live in a.
You guys get some sun in that area.
My front yard is a cul-de-sac. My backyard, all the fence. So there's like a weird like cement lip, and then there's this fence, and this Newport. Car museum, one of their storage facilities is right there, and they've got fucking cameras pointed at my house, and the fence is gone, so it's just the barbed wire fence, then all the wood's gone. So like I could, but
yeah, they can see the boys.
I mean, their camera goes through my bedroom window already, so I already know they get a fucking show every night, every morning too. So I could. They'll probably build a fence pretty fast.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good way to create privacy.
Yeah. You don't like it? Put a fence up, motherfucker. So it had the wooden fence like strapped to the chain link, but whenever they snowplow, it would fucking bust the chains off or whatever. And so now I've got all the wooden fences falling off into my yard. So now it's just this fucking chain link.
Yeah. Yeah. So because of all the like chronic issues and things that I feel like I developed through my service and stuff, we're really like intentional. That's kind of like why we cultivated this lifestyle. Now we're like trying to do everything really natural and like
I love it, dude.
And also like so the things I consume, we're like it's important, right? Like I feel like paying attention to the ingredients of things and like eating good whole foods. And like I don't do like seed oils or like dyes or anything any artificial
all that
stuff.
Shit too,
Everything is like organic, grass fed, and that's the whole point of like the homestead is we want to be able to like grow and do everything ourselves.
So motivating.
So it doesn't have all the like bullshit in it that is literally doing terrible things to our bodies. So many people like talk about like skin cancer and sun and this and that, and like the sun. People act like the sun is bad. The sun is good, man. Like it's all the seed oils that you're eating that are like within you that are like frying you and stuff. Now, like with everything, dude. Like you like cholesterol levels, all that stuff is bullshit, man. Like it's good to eat steak. It's important. I eat steak and eggs every single day.
I'll trade you right now. That sounds so good.
Dude, it's important, this lifestyle for me to like, you know, cultivate peace and to like detox my body and to eat right and to feel good. I want to live a long life and I want to be able to provide for my family. Yeah. You know, I get these benefits from the military for my service, but it's not even like retroactive. Like if I die, like I need to be alive.
Stay alive so for it to work.
You know, so that, you know, my family can reap the benefits and stuff. So I'm trying to do what I can do to stay healthy, stay fit, to continue to do what I love for long years and stuff, right? Like I love tattooing. I'm having all these carpal tunnel, these issues. Like I'm not worried about it though, because I know that I know how to take care of myself and I know what to do, and I'm not going to stop doing something just because I have obstacles. That's the mentality that I have. I'm like, if you have obstacles, you go through them. Like that's, you know, you figure it out and you create a balance. And that goes back to the thing I was talking about with convenience culture and all that, right? Like we're so overstimulated throughout our day. Like we're not meant to do this whole 9 to 5, this, that, and like it's like everything is like cookie cutter programming, you know, from like societal things. Like we're meant to literally be naked, eat steak, have sex, like eat shit, sleep, like that's literally what
we're animals, man.
Yeah,
we're fucking animals.
And like, you know, and then like for some reason we created all these complications and made it like, you know, the way it is, and it just keeps getting progressively worse, especially with technology, because technology is very good and helpful. Like it's created astronomical leaps in like small businesses and things like that, but it also
made laziness.
It created laziness. It created too much dependence on it. And now we go about things in a different way, and we're always overstimulated. We're always needing that like that validation, like the likes, the this, the that, the distractions. And when you don't have time to like sit, reflect, think, meditate, whatever, pray, like you need that time. You need that time in solitude. You need quietness. You need space to process your life.
Hell yeah.
And nobody has that space or time to process anymore, because we're always so like this, onto the next. Yeah. And that's what creates like the mental health crisis, with like so many people having so many like anxiety, depression, issues like that, because they don't have the space to process their life.
Yeah, you can't sit there and do the preventative maintenance on the inside.
Yeah, one big thing when I first got back from Afghanistan, and you know, the first couple of years were really bad for me. I was really struggling with my transition. You know, I was having like lots of nightmares. I experienced panic attack for the first time. I had no idea what it was, dude. My heart was pounding on my chest.
Feels like a fucking heart attack, doesn't it, dude?
I was like throwing up, dude, and like I remember being in the car, having to pull over.
My first one was at an airport. I was getting ready to go on a flight.
I had one in an airport too.
I ate a piece of jerky and I had a sip of water, and all of a sudden I was like, I went into the bathroom and I threw up and I shit myself, and it was bad.
It was terrible. And then I remember going to the VA and they just gave me medication, and
I refuse to take anything.
At first I was like in dire straits, and I'm like, you know, just help me. I didn't know anything about this stuff at that point, you know, and so I took.
Do you go to therapy?
I took one. Yeah, I go to therapy. I went to. So yeah, I signed up for the mental health stuff there. I was going, but it was just it wasn't the one you talk to. It was one that just prescribes at first, right? And so they gave me they gave me some medication that literally made me a zombie. So I'm like, I'm not taking this because I can't do anything. Then another one they gave me like made me anxious. It made me more anxious. I'm like, this is terrible. I'm like, and then I just felt like I was an experiment. They were just giving me different things, and I'm like, none of this is working.
Yeah.
All it does is like create a need for more medication, and like in changing things up and switching things around. None of that's good for you. It's just a Band-Aid. So that's when I really started deep diving into like natural stuff and like what I need. Dude.
Why find a cure for the symptom when you could cure the fucking disease?
Yeah, and that's the
why
thing.
Why take an ibuprofen when all you need is a glass of fucking water?
Yeah, allopathic medicine, like they Band-Aid, and it's not their fault. That's literally what medical school trains them to do. So it's like,
I talk about that shit,
and they're overtrained in that. So then it's just like they're hardcore believing that that's the answer, but it's not. And it's like, dude, your whole existence is a lie, and I'm sorry to tell you that. Like, doctors suck, dude. They do, and it's not their fault. They want to help people. That's why they're in that profession.
Yeah.
But they're just taught this stuff that they believe
garbage, dude.
and it doesn't actually. They're not looking at the whole body, and so I learned, dude, that sunlight, having your bare feet in the grass, like taking intentional
grounding is what's
quiet time, right?
Yeah.
Like connecting to higher power, like believing, having faith, like having time to process your things, eating right, eat a steak, put your feet in the grass, have the sun, breathe, and you're gonna feel better. Yeah. Like you don't need all the extra stuff. And the problem is people have, they start doing this, that they start owning their title, they start owning those diagnoses and stuff like that, and it creates, right, like
becomes their identity.
It becomes their identity, and then how can you break away? If you see a sticky note I have right on my thing over there, it says every thought counts, and that was something that I learned from someone a while back, and it's important. If you're thinking that you have these things and this and that, that just it puts up borders, and you are that. Yes. Yeah. But if you believe something, it becomes your reality. And so I was really struggling with my mental health. I didn't know how to cope. I didn't know how to do any of that.
You know what I mean?
And I did know that I liked making art. So, when I was doing all this struggling stuff, when I was a kid, I used to like draw my own comic books and things like that. And like I was like, I'd take the pages, fold them, staple them, make these little books, and like make these comic books. I actually got into that. In like 4th grade, I had to make do a book project, and I read like Captain Underpants.
Yo,
Captain Underpants?
Yeah.
And it was about.
I made a comic book strip after that, and it was called Jim, and I spelt it Gym because I couldn't spell Jim like Jim. I didn't know how to spell it. It's so fucking stupid. I made a comic book character called Jim, and it was me in my life. And my first one was me eating at a fucking Taco Bell, and I had a spicy shit, and inside the toilet was a fucking pepper afterwards. That was the first comic strip I ever fucking drew.
Yeah, so that's what I did. I did a book project on that, and I did a comic book because it's about these characters that make the comic book, and then the character principal turns into Captain Underpants, whatever. Yeah. So, but I did that, and the teacher liked it so much that she let me continue to do that. So like there was this time period in class, right, silent sustained reading, where everybody had to read for half an hour.
And you were allowed to create comic books.
And she let me go out into the hall and like make comic books. So I would do that.
That's fucking so cool, dude.
And then I like created my own little comic club, and I had other people joining. I think they were trying to get out of reading. Yeah, it was mostly I became like creative director and everything. I was like doing all the stuff for stuff, and it was cool. And it was originally Captain Underpants. So I was using that copyright character, but then all the other like villains and side characters were my own ones. Yeah. And then I had all these spin-off characters that I started making comic books about, where they were the main character, and had a whole. Dude, I probably had like 200-something characters when I was a kid. Anyway, I was really into art stuff, making comic books, doing all that. Eventually, when I was in high school, it became comic strips instead of books, and then I had like a web comic and that kind of thing.
No shit.
Then I like fell out of it when I was like, I joined the Army. I was in that for a while, this and that. And when I was going through the stuff with my mental health, I reconnected with art. Like I got into making T-shirts. I don't really remember exactly what it was, why. I think I thought streetwear was cool. Yeah. And so like I was like, let me figure out how to make a T-shirt. And so I did some iron-on stuff, and then that was just falling apart after like a wash, and I was like, this is dumb. And then I saw about screen printing. So actually, my dad helped me. We built the first press ourselves with like hardware and wood and everything. Yeah. It worked like garbage. Nothing lined up right. But it was cool. Yeah. I wish I still had it.
That'd be cool.
But as I got into it, I bought like more of the actual equipment. I started doing it, and I started printing shirts with like positive messages and imagery on them. Like for people's mental health, like positive stuff. And then I'd go to like vendor fairs. I actually started going to they have the kiosk at the VA. Yeah. I was selling T-shirts at the At the
That's
kiosk
super
at the
fucking
VA.
cool.
So and what was cool was I was going to just to sell these shirts, because it was helping me making the art with positive messages.
You're helping other
stuff.
veterans too.
And then I was having conversations with people, right? And like they were opening up to me because I was opening up to them, and they saw like what my message was all about. And I called my thing Resilience. That was like my brand.
It's awesome.
And you probably saw the trailer. It says Resilience.
I did,
out there. Yeah.
I was wondering what that was. I was I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I gotta take the branding off of that now.
No, it's perfect. Keep it.
I'm probably gonna put like the tattooing stuff on there or whatever now, because I'm not doing that anymore. But anyway, so what happened was I started having these conversations with people, and I thought that was cool. And that was like right around the time that I met Sarah, and she was like, you should bring these people together, and we should have like like events. So I created this like monthly event. It was called like the Gathering of the Rain Dwellers. And yeah, so like a rain dweller was like a term that I coined that was like someone who endures the storm and helps others to seek shelter or something.
That's corny as fuck, but I really like it.
Yeah,
That's
corn is my alley,
dude,
bro. I love corn.
That's super fucking cool.
And
dude.
so
I like that a lot.
yeah, so the Gathering of the Rain Dwellers, and we would host them every month. It was a free event. At first, I was having them in West Hartford and Elizabeth Park over there.
Rain Dwellers, I like that, dude.
And so basically, it was just like an event where we would come and we would I don't know, like have a space for people to like share, talk about things, open up to each other. It was very cool. And then eventually, I started getting like different practitioners and people to come and like help, you know, and like so people would like be introduced to different outlets that they could do to help themselves, whether it was creative, spiritual, you know, whatever. And it was really cool, dude. At one point we had like 30, 35 people every month coming to these events. It was pretty cool. I'd make like a new t-shirt for every single event. I'd cater the thing, dude. I'd do a whole thing. We'd have like live music and stuff like that. It was pretty sick. And then it grew into, we not only did we have the monthly events, we had a weekly like check-in thing that we did on yeah, because around COVID, that's when we started doing the Zoom calls. We had weekly check-ins, and then once that all started clearing up, we did I did a yearly event too. It was like a big thing with vendors, like so there was all kinds of like artists and people or whatever.
Do you still do this?
And no, it got to be too much because I was just dumping so much money.
Yeah, it sounds like you're dumping a bunch of money.
My whole life was dumped into this. And it was really cool. I'm very grateful for the experience and everything I did because it brought me, I met a lot of the friends that I have now through that group.
Yeah.
And it kickstarted my like reconnection with art and doing all that. It made me meet a lot of people that benefited my...
Sound like it helped you too. Like
benefited my mental health, yeah. You know, it gave me an outlet, but it also brought these people to me that helped me. And it was super sick, dude. The events were cool. I would literally book bands. We had a whole thing. It was a yearly, like annual event. I had it twice.
Hey, it's still better than nothing.
It was cool, man. Yeah. And anyway, so that all like kind of led me into like reconnecting with art. When I was doing screen printing, I screen printed a little bit for like some clients and stuff, but I mainly had that brand, the Resilience brand. Yeah. And I was doing art that was similar to like traditional tattoo art on shirts. Yeah. And so I thought that was cool. Dude, at that point, when I got home from my deployment, I like was getting tattooed a lot just because I had all that expendable deployment money and nothing to spend it on at that point when I was younger. Yeah. And I never thought that I was going to be a tattoo artist. I like never even crossed my mind. But I was doing that kind of stuff, and then I had a friend that was into it, and you know they like showed me all the stuff to get, and I like tried it out. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. And at that point, COVID had happened, and screen printing like just didn't really work anymore. Like I couldn't find anything from the warehouses, like the t-shirts that I needed. Supply costs went way up. Nobody had any money to buy crap. So
everything died in COVID.
Yeah, so that's when I was like, all right, let me maybe try this, find an apprenticeship. And so I didn't even know how to get into the industry or do any of that. I literally knew nothing about it. I like Googled it, dude, and I got scammed. I signed up for one of those like tattoo school things. Yeah.
Schmuck.
Yeah, this like New Haven, this tattoo school thing. I signed up for that, and they had like, because it was during COVID, they had like Zoom stuff where like they shipped you all the stuff, and then you like did on fake skins, like, you know, with this like crappy masked pen or whatever.
They taught you a ton of stuff that you'll have to spend twice as long unlearning.
Oh yeah. I learned nothing and spent stupid amount of money, dude. And then so then eventually when it got to like the phase where I was starting to go in and tattoo on volunteers and stuff, the mentor guy there wasn't very good at tattooing himself, and he had a lot of his own problems going on, and he didn't know how to articulate. Like you could know how to do something but not know how to teach for sure. Teaching is a whole nother skill. He didn't know how to do any of that. He'd be like, do it better. And I'm like, sick. And he also didn't understand traditional, which I knew going into it. That's what I wanted to do.
That's the thing that I always tell people, like, if you want to get an apprenticeship and you have an idea what your artwork looks like, not what you want to do. If I sit you down in front of a table and say, draw something. and you draw something, that's probably going to be your style.
Yeah.
If you draw realism or you draw very like cartoony shit, do that. Find someone who tattoos that really well.
That.
And then
don't just fucking
don't settle, dude.
Don't be like me.
My apprenticeship wasn't even through an artist; it was through the manager.
No way.
Swear to God.
So they didn't even know how to tattoo?
The owner said, "He's your responsibility. If it doesn't work out, you fire him."
So how did he teach you? He didn't know how to tattoo himself.
The manager Becky, she was like, "I'll take you in," and I was like, "Thanks." And I did. I'm clearly doing well for myself.
I mean, I figured it out. All right.
I did, but like it was all watching. I remember at 8 months, one day he walks to me and he goes, "Are you tattooing yet?" And I was like, "No, I haven't even touched the machine yet." He goes, "Why not?" And I was like, "What do you mean, why not? I don't know what I'm doing what you motherfuckers are telling me." And he's like, just walked away.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So this guy, like right off the bat, he didn't get traditional because he would be like, "Oh, I see that you're trying to do the traditional thing, but like I think it was 2022 at the time. He's like 2022, like maybe we could put a little more artistry into this."
Yeah. Dude,
man, whatever, dude. Like,
you have a very I call what you do like Western American traditional. You do American traditional. Your subject matter, both in palette and in subject matter, has a very like Western feel to it. It's a little bit cowboy. You use a lot of like nice mustard tones and like these burnt oranges and these like olive greens and browns. And I'm like, it's sick. It's in my opinion my favorite type of American traditional.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm really trying to like niche down more into like specific imagery and like certain palette tones. Like
I think what you do is fucking sick. I love it.
Thanks, man.
Whatever shop I open next, you'll get an invite. I don't know how far away it is for you.
Tattooing is a very, very steep learning curve, right? Yeah. Like there's a lot. There's so many variables. It's like it takes a while to learn how to apply a tattoo, let alone figure out how to design a tattoo properly. Especially like something like traditional. There's like a lot of rules, right? And like following those rules is important, but also breaking the rules and knowing how to break them
well
correctly.
I think anyone who can create a super specific niche look for what they're doing. Like if a tattoo pulls up on my page and I don't see anything other than the image and I can tell who did it, you're doing something really well for yourself.
There's a lot of traditional work that doesn't have enough black in it.
I think that your work is distinguishable right out the gate. I can see your work and know immediately that you did it. I don't have to look at the top of the page or anything like that. Thanks, and I think that is an impressive thing to be able to acquire at any stage in your career, let alone three years. And I think that like, and I was showing your work off this morning when I was at her shop.
I appreciate you,
Flats.
Dude.
I was like, this dude's, and she's like, "Oh, I love his palette." I was like, "Dude, fucking." I showed the cowboy, Bronco Rider. It's my favorite tattoo.
I've been real into chroma inks right now too. Like they're cool. So with this apprenticeship tattoo school thing, dude, I was literally tattooing on volunteers for like maybe 3 months.
Yeah.
And then they basically they sent everybody out an email that were like that they were closing.
No.
And they're like, "Oh, we're gonna reopen after the new year." So this was like around November, right? And they're like, "We're gonna open up again after the new year, but we need some time to like, cause they sold the company to someone else, and they need to refigure things out." So I'm like,
damn.
I already knew this was a sinking ship. I'm like, this. And
you gotta bounce.
So there was a guy there who I was really cool with. He was prior service too.
Yeah.
He was just like an artist that worked at the shop there or whatever. And he was like, all right, like, you know, from someone in the military to someone else in the military, like, you know what efficiency looks like. You can tell that this is not it. He's like, I'm opening up my own place. Like, I'm figuring it out. Like, he's like, you should probably find a plan B. And I'm like, thank you for that. Thank you for helping me out. So then before they even reopened, the dude that was mentoring, like, also, I was like one of like 6 or 7 apprentices. Like it was just like a factory
fucking puppy
kind of
mill
thing. Yeah,
puppy mill. Yeah.
It was stupid, and so he couldn't put any focus on anybody or like love and intention.
Well, he wasn't able to articulate anything anyway.
Yeah, and that's a whole other thing, right? And then but then before they even reopened, got another email that he quit, and I was like, well, saw that coming. And then they couldn't find anyone. I started just like, I got the stuff here, started tattooing here because I'm like, I don't know what else I'm supposed to do now.
You went a little traditional in your rock and roll style.
Yeah, I did the scratcher thing.
You did what every fucking OG tattoo artist has done.
Yeah. So I was scratcher for a little bit, tattooing here because I'm like, well, because all right, I had like some sort of momentum going, and I'm like, I'm not gonna not tattoo for a few months once I'm like, and I'm in like an integral part of my learning right now. I can't just like stop. It's gonna put like a whole damper in what I'm doing. So I was still tattooing people here, friends and family and stuff, and then I guess they found out that I was tattooing here. I don't know, probably because I posted the tattoo school, and you're not supposed to tattoo outside of the school or something. So they basically fired me, kind of thing. They're like, you can't come back, and I was like, well, good riddance. Like, you guys,
I wasn't. No one works there anymore.
Yeah, you didn't teach me anything, and you don't even have a place right now. Like, their whole thing was like kaput.
Jesus.
And so I actually heard from some of the other people there that like they hired somebody, and that person was gone like another week too, and now they have like, I don't know, man. They have like people that have only been tattooing as long as me, mentoring people and stuff. Which is, I don't know.
Yeah, I think there needs to be some stricter.
Yeah. There honestly needs to be some.
As a veteran and as a tattoo artist, these two opinions I'm about to give, I get a lot of fucking shit for. I think it should be harder to get a gun, and I think it should be harder to get a fucking tattoo license.
Yeah, I agree, brother.
I think that if you have what it takes to do either of those things, it should be hard to get it, but then once you have it, you should be set. And what that does is it creates a higher quality of in the industry. It creates a
bad tattoos
safer.
Out there right now.
Dude, fucking, it's
so
fucking
bad, dude. When I open up Instagram and I'm looking at some stuff, and I'm like, how are they like? That's, come on, like, And like the thing is, dude, like, I remember when I first was getting in, I was like, I don't understand all these old heads wanting to gatekeep, and now I understand the gatekeeping a little bit. It should be a little bit gatekept.
I think everybody should have a chance, but fuck me, dude. Do I think that? I think the general populace of in the world doesn't know what a good tattoo looks like.
No,
and so
that's the problem. The clients are happy getting bad work.
Yeah, and I was talking about this the other day. I think that wherever you go, especially when you're starting something new, whether it's a new shop or you go to a new shop or you're opening a new shop or whatever, you have to cultivate an environment and a community that understands and respects the quality of work and what quality work actually looks like.
The problem is that bad work brings down the whole industry, because then it like creates a perception of like, other people see it and they're like, oh, I don't want to get a tattoo because look at that. You know what I mean? And then it like creates that like
more than that, I think, because like people that see a bad tattoo see a bad tattoo, they see a bad tattoo, whatever. When a tattoo artist or when someone comes and gets a tattoo and they're like, that was $60. What do you mean you charge $2,000 a day? I know, dude. $2,000 a day. What do you mean? I'm like, that's what my work looks like. This took them 3 hours to do it, and I was like, that would have taken me 15 minutes to look way better. I can create so much more at such a better quality in such a smaller amount of time. That is why it costs that much. It is for the rest of your goddamn life,
bro. And I'm still like charging very cheap, right? Yeah. And I do deals like
I see posts all the time. You're like stuff. 2 tattoos for the price of 1.
Yeah, like, crazy. Two for 500, whatever. Like,
your work is solid, dude.
And
your work
but the
is
thing
really
is,
fucking
I
good.
had some people like comment on that, like, "Oh, what a terrible deal!" And I'm like, "Bro, what are you getting your tattoos in like a kitchen or something?" Like I'm sorry, that is not a bad deal at all. That's a very good deal.
In a professional industry, with work that if I'm comparing your work to other American traditional work, and I put them side by side, and I say, you are the same caliber as so and so, because your work's really fucking good.
Thanks, man.
Especially for like. You can ask anybody, and if anybody says like, "Oh, American traditional is what you start off with because it's the easiest," it's not, or everyone would do it. It's what you start off with because it has all the main ingredients to a good tattoo.
Yeah, the other stuff you builds on the
But you
foundations.
need a solid line, or you should, unless you're doing realism. You need a solid saturation. You need good gray work, because gray work translates to packing. You pack them on top of each other. You also learn all about composition and the importance of design. But
design
your work
is a big one.
Yeah, your work is really fucking good. I love your work. if I were to put you next to the same quality of people, regardless of how much or how long you've been tattooing, your work is worth far more than what you're charging.
Yeah, I just got to build up the clientele.
That's what it takes. And that might be a location issue. That might be a branding issue. I don't think it's branding. I think that you're on top of your branding. I think you don't have the platform to work off of, right? So wherever you're working, I don't know what, I think you're at...
Time and Grade. I'm at Raise the Dead Tattoo right now.
Raise the Dead, that's what it is, yeah. I think that you need more exposure.
Yeah.
Because with more exposure...
That's why the ads work really good, because the way Instagram
you throw down $100
now,
over the course of a week, $10 a day.
Yeah, it gets me booked.
Yep.
It gets me booked, and I'm like, all right, so like if one appointment every 2 weeks pays for the ad, then like for right now, I'm happy with that. I'm still
it's an investment.
I'm bringing in money to provide for my family and to put back into my business, and that's what matters to me right now. Everything is.
That's why conventions work really good.
Slower.
Conventions work really good because like Tommy's. Are you doing Tommy's?
Yeah, I'm gonna do Tommy's.
Good. Tommy's in New England are the best ones.
It's 20 minutes away. I can't not. The one in April and the one in October. You can just drive there.
You don't have to buy a fucking hotel. But then you just put out a shit ton of flash, throw an aggressive price on it, let them rip. Because everybody and their mom's going to be there. They want tattoos.
Yeah, and they want tattoos. You're going to a place where they want to get tattooed. Yeah.
And it's exposure. Put a QR code and make a sticker. Say it's free if you scan this QR code and follow me on Instagram. You do that.
Oh, that's a cool idea. Yeah, I was giving out free stickers, but that's a good idea to get them to actually...
Free sticker with a follow.
Yeah.
Put a QR code, free sticker with a follow.
Yeah.
Make a really cool sticker. Say it's free if you follow me, put a QR code. You're going to walk away with 100 new followers.
Yeah, April was very... the one in April...
Beneficial.
It was very good, So yeah, it's 20 minutes away. I'm going to do the one in April and the one in... and there's a new one in Providence too.
It's next weekend.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in Arizona.
Just had a baby, so I ain't doing that one, but next year.
New England and Tommy's are my two favorite conventions, and I go everywhere. Those are still my two favorite conventions.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of like other people there like say that same thing. They're like, oh, this is like the best one.
It's the best.
Yeah.
It's perfect size, perfect location. Everybody's got money.
Yeah, the casino, like
everybody's got money.
Yeah.
Great parking situation.
Yeah.
Airbnbs are cheap.
Yeah, hotels I don't even need that, which is nice.
Yeah. It's awesome, dude. But I think we're running out of time. But
need like a second episode or something.
I mean, I'm happy to do another one. We'll do another one out when it's cooler outside. We'll do it over with the animals and shit like that. Thank you so much, dude.
Thanks for your time, man. Thanks for coming to my house.
I'll give you a hug afterwards. But your house is beautiful. Your barn, I love your barn. Your barn is top notch.
That's what sold me on the property.
Your garden is great. Remind me.
My garden is not great.
I'll talk to you about electroculture and the importance of using electroculture with raised flower beds for any kind of crop. Huge. Just Google it. Electroculture is amazing. If you're listening to this, electroculture will make your tomatoes twice as big. Your indoor plants will grow twice as big, twice as fast. It's healthier. You get less rot. Everything. It's amazing. My grandma taught me about it. I tell everybody about it. Thank you so much. That was my fucking weird tidbit. It's been awesome. I love everything, dude. It's sick. I hope to come out here again. So
cool. Yeah, I'd love to have you, dude.
Hell yeah. My name is Rooster Quade.
Christopher Durao.
And we are
on one.
That's right. Fuck yeah, dude. Sick. This is cool.
That was fun, man.
I like it.
It was funny. I was like, at first, I was like, oh man, I'm not a talk.
Thank you so much, everyone, for taking time out of your busy day to listen to Shoot the Shit. It means everything to all of us here at the On One Podcast. Now, if you liked what you listened to and you want to help us out, give us a like, a comment, or even just share with a friend. And if you'd like to join us on set, please feel free to message us on Instagram @OnOnePod. We'd love to work with you. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.